go into a Q&A about somebody who is going through the EIDL program right now as we speak for an approval. And she says that she had been denied 3 times but approved on her 4th. Interesting. We're going to try to get her right here on live chat if she shows up. I won't mention her name if she doesn't. But it's a very Emmanuel Noah, I signed my loan on Wednesday. Congratulations. If you signed it on Wednesday, then have you got it yet? Because it took me about a day and a half after I signed waiting. Yeah. People are waiting a while now. After this, as long as you e-signed, though, you can sleep comfortable knowing you got it. That's the good thing. A signature is the contract that you need saying done, signed, sealed, and delivered. You really can't. They can't renege on that. So you're good. Yeah, I figured you'd be waiting. That's normal. So I think you're good to go, man. Congratulations. I hope everything works out. It should, but I'm just letting you know there is going to be a wait. Mine took, after I signed, I think it was 3 days later. I had the money in my bank. My deposit was in my bank. And along with, I got $10,000 deposit. It was a $10,000 deposit. And then below that, there was another $1,000 deposit. And I realized that extra $1,000 deposit was the grant money. So sometimes they'll give you the grant money in the same deposit or a separate deposit on the same day in the same transaction. So it'll show up here, $20,000 loan, think another $2,000 grant, whatever or $2,000 loan. It'll look like the exact same thing as your loan, but it's actually a grant. Ernest Robinson, I got denied because of credit. I've heard of people applying, Ernest. It's good to see you again, brother. Hope all is going well. If you got denied because of a credit, you need to reapply. Their credit restrictions are going down day by day. There's a few ways you can reapply. I would go back to the people who sent you the denial. And no problem, Emmanuel. Peace out, bro. Congratulations. Ernest, you got denied because of credit, but I've seen credit scores as low as, there was a person who told me there were 508. I think that was the lowest I've seen that was denied or approved. But even with that denial, you should still get your EIDL advance as long as you applied before the 11th. And if you didn't put it in the box, you can always reapply, and your reapplication is allocated before the 11th as well, so that money should be there for you with the loan. With the advance. If you need the advance, then Ernest, you should be able to still get that advance. But you can still get this. Ernest, we're about to have somebody come on here who has been denied 3 times, and she put in her 4th request for reconsideration, and she got it on her 4th. I'm trying to get her on here. She said she'd come up. I hope she does. But on her 4th one, she got approved. She hasn't got the money yet, but it's now more of a green light to go, where I believe their things are still processing. So don't give up. Keep on being pushy with this. I'm thinking you're going to get it, Robinson. I honestly am. I mean, there's been credit scores that I've seen that are just like, I wouldn't give them credit. I would not loan them any money if they told me their credit score was like that. Then they give me these excuses like, yeah, I just didn't want to pay them because, I'd rather buy my new TV or whatever. And then they still get the loan, but they get it. So I ain't one to judge. I hope everybody gets it, no matter what their credit is. People are in a tough situation right now. I want to see everybody get it. And I'm sure, the banks, if you got to go through an FDIC bank, you got to have an account with an FDIC bank. There are a lot of people saying, I have this cash app. If it's not FDIC approved or funded, then they won't send it to a place that's not insured by the FDIC, because the FDIC, if we don't make right on our loans, the FDIC, the government's going to make right for us. So some of those cash apps just ain't going to work. No, Emmanuel, after you get an offer, if Emmanuel told me you said you signed your loan, once you sign a loan, if you can be approved for a loan and still get denied. You can be approved for a loan and still get denied. You need the signature. You need to e-sign. If you have e-signed, if that gray or that gray box that wouldn't light up, you couldn't click it because it was gray. Okay, but there were probably a gray box at one point in time in your life, maybe not with you, but others I've seen. But yeah, if you clicked it, Emmanuel, you got it. But there's a gray box that once it turns green, you click it, boom, you're in. Now they're going to try to get the money to you. As long as you got the right routing number, they can get back with you and say, hey, we tried to give you the money, but the routing number didn't go in. Send us a new routing number. Yeah. So that happens with that. A lot of people get really nervous. Oh, there's a gray box. It won't let me click in. It won't let me sign into the portal. If the portal is closed, they can reopen it for you. They will reopen it for you. Once they say you are approved, now go back to your portal. And then you just got to maybe email them and say, hey, look, the portal is still closed. Just give them a nudge and say, hey, go open my portal again so we can get this thing done. And they find a lender for you. Sometimes it takes a little longer for them to find a lender for you. But with the information you give them, they're like, we're pretty sure you're approved for this because we can find a lender with this. We got lenders out there that are willing to approve you because of your credit score, even if it's so low. But you're being FDIC insured, so even if you don't pay for it, the government's going to pay for it. So they're really lenient on giving these loans out right now, and that's why people need to keep on trying and trying and trying to get these loans. But hopefully our friend will come on now. Let's see. Hopefully she comes on. Okay. But anyway, Emmanuel, yeah, you're good to go. Ernest, we're going to keep on praying for you, man. You need to get that loan because you've been trying really hard, but you got to keep on pushing for this loan. Once again, there's a person out there who was denied 3 times. On their 4th one, they were approved. They're still going through the hips, but they're not giving up, and they are in the mix of possibly getting a loan where all else failed. They kept trying again, and that's what you need to do. You need to try again on this SBA EIDL because there's money out there, and it's yours to be had. Anyway, if they don't get with me in the next few minutes, I will call it a night and say adios to my friends on this chat again and say thanks for joining us. And yeah, Ernest, keep trying them, bro. Keep trying. Just because you were denied once does not mean you will not get the loan. It just means the person that your application was in front of at that time didn't think you could get the loan. But yesterday, the rates were 550, lowest rates that they could approve. Now the rates are 510. Tomorrow they could be 500. It just fluctuates like the stock market right now. That's why some people are getting it with lower thing because they put it in the right time. That's why you got to keep trying because you want that open window to be your open window. And now with the advance going away and people getting upset, they've got more money to allocate just into this, not more money, but they're trying to please people, make them happier with the loan money. And they'd rather loan the money than have to give away the $1,000 grant. So now they're being a little bit more lenient on the loan than they were the grant. So, with that said, I will let everybody go and say thanks again for watching. If you had any questions, you got a few more seconds before I can hang up and try again. Tomorrow we're going to get online with this person, and I will set up a time, and I will put I'll shoot a. Oops, sorry. Is that them? No, it's not them. Okay, I'll shoot you a number to the stream. That Emmanuel got approval email waiting on the money. Yeah. Emmanuel, you have already e-signed. You are good to go. You are waiting on your bank account. You're waiting to click into your email and see, or bing, my status says declined, cannot process at this time. Yeah, that's a lot of people, Deborah. A lot of people are pretty much in that same boat where your status says decline. It cannot process at that time. If you have gotten email, Deborah, if you've gotten an email stating that there's no grant money right now unless you applied, that's to Emmanuel, there's no grant money unless you applied before the 11th. But Deborah, your status says the client is processing at this time. You can still reapply. But usually you want the reason why your deny was so that you can go back and not make excuses, but give a different plan onto why they should accept you. No, they're not out of money. They're not out of money. They have money. And if they do run out, if they do run out, they will hold the applications. They won't deny your applications, but they will hold them until the next stimulus check package goes through, where they put more money out for the new. And I just got an email about 7 minutes ago. Yes, 11th of July, Emmanuel. That was Saturday, I believe. So if you put it in before the 11th, you'll get your grant. I just got an email about, JD says, I just got an email about 7 minutes ago, and it said withdrawn from active consideration. What does this mean? That means, Ernest, I'll get with you on that one. I will go back and I will get a link, but the best way to SBA loan application, the best way to go and reapply would be to if you can get the email that was declined to you, you go back with them and talk with those people first, or else just go put in a new application, reapply. JD just said, I got an email about 7 minutes ago and it said withdrawn from active consideration. What does that mean? I've never heard of it being withdrawn from active consideration, unless it means that you did not have any papers supporting a business or supporting anything that saying you were a legit. If you sent a W-2, it might be declined because that is not having a business, that's being employed by someone. It's different than owning a business. JD, the only thing I can think of is that you didn't give them the right paperwork, and you need to reapply with the proper paperwork or reconsider. And Ernest, I'm going to hook you up, and I will definitely be messaging you, Ernest. I'll be messaging Ernest and giving you the exact place to go with that. Ernest, I'm going to give you my guy's number. But stay tuned, Ernest. We'll talk later, okay? You're welcome, Deborah. I hope I could help, but they're not out of money. And Deborah, also keep your head up on this one. It takes time. It's not like an automatic thing, or sometimes people just they see your application is going to be a little bit harder to process. They'll decline you just to hopefully get through their quota for the day to meet, so you got to just keep on, give them another one. Boom, give them another one. It's going to get in front of somebody else's eyes. David Gear, how long do you have to put a bank that will take the amount of my loan? How long do I have to put a bank? No problem, JD. You got it. David, how long do I have to put a bank that will take the amount of my loan? Are you applying for SBA through a bank, David? Or are you not applying? Are you applying directly to a bank for this, or are you not going through the SBA website? I'm not quite sure I understand that question. So Emmanuel filed June 8th. So he filed June 28th, and he got the loan on the 16th. That's pretty good. That's 20 days. That's pretty good timing there, Emmanuel. Congratulations. If I can understand that question, David Gar, I could answer that for you a lot easier. How long do I have to put a bank that will take the amount of my loan? There was a gentleman that I was talking to today, I think this is where you're coming from, who had put the money and the routing number to go to an app, a cash app that he had. And a lot of times you're not going to get approved. You're not going to be able to, people are not going to send money to a cash app because a cash app may not be federally funded. It might not be FDIC. So you do have to go open a regular bank account to get that protection for the government and for you and for them, for the lender. Get the protection for the lender who is giving you the loan. If they're not going to give you the money if you're not through an FDIC program, a federally insured program. If your app, maybe I should make this a different heading. You need to have a bank with FDIC, federally insured, in order to get a routing number that they can send the money to. They will not send it. And that could have been what happened to what's his name. Where'd you go? Where'd he go? JD, that might have been what happened to you too. I'm not sure, but you've got time to go get a routing number right now. I mean, it takes a day or 2 days to open a bank account. So you can take that day or two to go open a direct bank account. Okay, David, the loan I got approved for was larger than what the card with the bank I had. What do I expect in the direct deposit? It doesn't matter. David says the loan I got approved for was larger than the card that I had in the bank. That doesn't matter. If you got approved for $100,000 and you only had $5,000 in the bank, you're going to see the $100,000 in the bank. It doesn't matter if you had $5 in the bank. If you got approved and you e-signed, let me take that back. If you e-signed something, then you are going to get the money. Without an e-signature, you're approved, but you haven't been, the money isn't signed for. We can make a deal, but until we sign these documents, there's no deal. I can approve you, but if you don't sign the documents, there's no deal. So you'll get the money if it's $100,000, David, and you've got 20 cents in your bank account. You should expect the whole amount in your direct deposit. Whatever they approved you for, if you sign whatever you signed for, that's the amount of money you're going to get in your bank. You might get a little extra if they're going to give you the grant money with it. They'll give you an extra $1,000 per employee. Then you'll get that too. Yeah, no, Emmanuel, me too, boss. Me too, Emmanuel. When I saw that thing and it turned green, when I saw that button, it was green, I was like, click, boom. I hit it and it just felt like, whew, the pressures were off. Your shoulder just, thank you, Lord. It was just like a big relief of pressure going off your shoulders. And I just encourage everybody out there, and I'm encouraging you all that, who would not take a deal at 3%? 3.75% cash loan. If you are in a business and you can't take $100 and make $103 from that $100, maybe you need a new business. But I'm just saying that's like a gift to be able to say, hey man, they're going to put this in my capital. I can use this money to not expand, but to keep my business up and maybe improve, grow in a time where you're not supposed to grow. It happens. Emmanuel, want to answer Mueller right there? I believe it took Emmanuel 20 days to get the e-signature. The limit for direct deposit was $15,000. The loan was larger. You can go into your bank and change that, but I've never heard of a limit for a direct deposit in a bank. Unless you're using a Cash App. If that's the case, you need to go open a bank account. David, here's what I would do. If you feel that way about the bank you're using, do two things. You have time. You can either go open a new bank account that has no limit on direct deposit, or you can get with the bank that you're in, or you're welcome, Mueller. It took me, I didn't get the e-sign until 35 days later, but hopefully yours is faster. David, if you got a Cash App thing that's not FDIC funded, you might want to go get a different kind of app to put it in, or change the direct deposit number in your app to no limit on direct deposits, or go find a bank that doesn't have a limit on direct deposits and send that number back to the SBA and say, use this routing number. It's FDIC. It's Chase Bank. It's Bank of America. It's Regions. I don't know what your banks are, wherever you're in your area. Copy. Cool. Hope that helps, Caesar. KT De Perez. How long does it take to get approval? I applied 7/12. No grant, I know. Got a portal 3 hours later. Nice. Accepted the loan amount. Confirmed my identity in my bank. The closing docs are grayed out. KT, the gray, get ready. Me and Emmanuel were just talking about this. The gray will turn green. Yes, if you did all this in a matter of 3 hours later, if everybody watching this looks down at KT De Perez, he should be De Perez. He could be the next Prez, because he got approved and a portal sent to him and accepted a loan amount in 3 hours. Now, okay, the part's grayed out. It's going to be gray. It'll be green. Don't worry. They're working on that. It doesn't get green like automatically. It got to go back to the loan officer, who's probably got other papers in, but your thing will pop up. He's going to hit it. Oh, cool. He signed it. He wants to go forward. You're good to go, KT. It could be done by morning. It could be done by, who knows? It took a while, but I can't give you an exact time, but I can say it's probably going to happen pretty quick, Prez. I'm going to say within the next, tomorrow, I'm going to say you're going to get it before Saturday. Let me know how it goes. I want to be updated on you because that's a super fast time. My goodness. Darlene Lockler, what about the grant for the company that I applied before shutdown? It took Emmanuel 16 days to sign. Look at that. That's you, KT Perez. 16 days to sign from the day he applied. Dang, that is awesome. Oh, David, you signed already. It took me 3 days after I signed. Hey, Emmanuel, how long did it take you to get your deposit after you signed? Oh, wait, you haven't got it yet. He signed today. I think he said he signed today. So he still hasn't got it yet. But he can get it. He could still get it tonight. You never know. He could wake up in the morning and have the money in his bank. That's just how it works. KT, the Prez, I haven't signed anything, though. Right, it's gray. Right, but you're approved and it's gray. It's going to be green before you know it, and you're going to click it. But even after you click it, so it's going to be green one day, you're going to click it, then you'll get the loan one day. But there's still a waiting process. You can get excited because you're welcome, Prez. Hopefully it helps, but you can get it. I'd be excited if I were you. I would be super excited. Wow, that is fast. KT the Prez, the new record. I had a record last week. It was for one day. A guy said, I signed that morning, or I put the loan in the night before. I got the signature the next morning, and I got my money that day. He got it all done in like one day. And that was the record. Now, KT the Prez says he got his in 3 hours. He could be rich, but not rich, but he could have his money by tomorrow. That's crazy. Dang, that's crazy, KT. Dude, what'd you do? You must have like a 1,000 credit rating? Nice. Anyway, they feel pretty confident about you, apparently. And that's what KT's here saying is he got in front of the right person. Looked at his loan. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Ship them through. Boom. When you might have got in front of somebody who was having a bad day, those that got denied, you might have got in front of somebody that had a bad day. It's like, oh, nah. No, and it could have not, I'm not saying this against KT Press, but I'm just saying it could have been somebody who just had a bad day at the office with the SBA. 732, that's a great score. 732 is really good. So with the 732, you get it get it in 3 hours. If you got a 500, it might take a little bit longer, but you can still find the right person. So KT Press, you're definitely going to get the loan. I mean, come on. 732, they can trust that. Caesar, you said you signed. Okay, when did you sign? How long ago did you sign? Let me see if I can find that. Caesar, how long ago did you sign? Did we already talk about that? Did I forget? I don't know. I'm sorry if I did. I'm trying to go through. Yeah, KT, you're in processing. That's the next. Yeah, it's processing. That happened. I mean, I'm still thinking 700. It took Emmanuel 2 days. If the 700 score. So it seems like these scores above 700 are going really fast, and then the ones below 600 are taking a little longer. Now the ones that are like 650, they're taking a little longer too. I mean, whether you got 500 or 650, it seems like they're all about. Caesar, you signed 2 days ago. You could be seeing it any day. You could be seeing it any day. That's it. Like I said, I signed on a Saturday. I saw it Monday morning, or Friday night. I signed Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. At the weekend with the morning for me. So it was kind of like 4 days. It felt like faster than that, but mine took 4 days after I signed to get the money, to actually see it. And be like, yeah, wow, it worked. It was real money too, and I can actually go buy something with it. So, yeah, it was really cool. Hopefully that helps somebody out there. Hopefully you do. I hear Alicia. Anybody named Alicia out there? 700 score offer in 2 days. Yeah, that sounds good. Emmanuel did good. Ernest, for some strange reason, when I try to put my business start date, it won't accept it. Okay, Ernest, when was your start date? Because it's got to be before, I believe it's March of 2019. Oh, okay, Chandel Young. I applied to 7-7 and got an email on 7-8. Conformed my identity on 7-9. Made a loan. Just waiting to sign. Made a call on 7-14. Was told it was approved. Just waiting on email. Yeah. Can Cash App be used as a bank? Caesar David. Had somebody with Cash App today say they had to go open a bank account because Cash App could not be used. So they went and they opened a bank account and they sent that information back to their loan advisor saying, here's my new account number, send it to Chase. So I'd suggest, Caesar, that you run to the bank tomorrow, have a mask on. You have to call them too. You might have to call the bank, any bank that is FDIC, and say, hey, I got to come down. I want to open a bank account. Go down there and open a bank account. Or find another way, because some Cash Apps will not be accepted they're not funded by the FDIC. Look at Chandel. I applied and got an email on 7-8, conformed my identity on 7-9, gotten a grant on 7-10, 3 days, bang. Still the 16th, or just waiting to sign, made a call on the 14th. Good job on your persistency, and was told it was approved. Just waiting on the email. Chandel is in the same boat that most of the people that I hear from are in. Where is it at? When's it going to be here? I've been approved. It should be any minute. Sifonski. I'm going to say Cyphus. I'm just going to call him Cyphus. E-signed last week, Thursday, still no funds. What could be the issue? E-signed Thursday of last week. It's been a week. Been a week. I've heard people waiting a month. I wouldn't think there was an issue yet, but I would. If I was Cyphus, I would. Cyphosaneski, I'm going to call you Cypho. Cypho, look it up here in 2 chats above you where it says Chandel. On the 7-14th, she called him. She made a call. So, Cypho, I would suggest you make a call to that number. I would suggest you make that call because the more you push these people along, the faster you will see yourself being brought back up. So, I would suggest you make a phone call to your loan officer. If you have that email, Cypho, with the number, call them up and say, I put it in last week. What seems to be the holdup? At least they'll get your name back up there. But if you e-signed, you're still getting the money. Darlene Locklear says, if you applied for a loan and grant and haven't seen or received anything, what should we do? It all depends how long it's been. Like I said, during my case, Darlene, I applied. After I applied, it was a month before I got anything. A month. 30 days. Actually, it was 32 or 28. I forget. It was close to a month. But I applied, and it was so long before I got the loan. And finally, when I got it, I had to send them more information on my business. It took another 8 days. So it took me about 40 days. I'm not sure how long you've been waiting, if it's been longer than that. But I thought that, I didn't really feel like I was waiting because I felt like when I applied, I was like, just threw it up in the air. Like, hopefully I'll get it. Maybe I won't. But so it took me 40 days. You just got to wait right now. They're so busy. Those people are so busy, Darlene. I know. I feel for you. July 3rd. Yeah, so it hasn't even been 2 weeks. Yeah, like I said, mine took 30 days before they even gave me an email. Gave me about a month. So hang in there. People are getting a lot quicker than I did. They're getting response. Even people say it took 3 weeks for them. It's still like 10 days faster than what it took for me. So it helps. Yeah, Cyphus, no problem, Cypho. Give them a call. You know the number. I made another video. I made another video, and it shows you different ways to recontact these people and ways to get with them. You might want to go check it out. I'll put the post in the thing down below later. And that's about any more questions out there? All right, cool. Well, thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. Any more questions? Any Alicia out there? All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Once again, appreciate you watching. If there's any more questions you might have, you can always jump on. I try to check my emails as soon as possible and get back with answers as soon as possible. And hopefully everybody will get through this. Hang in there. And nope, Emmanuel, I am in Florida. Oh, one more thing I just thought of. Okay. This goes out to everybody watching right now. If you haven't gotten a loan yet, or if you've gone for EIDL, maybe not PPP, there is a program right now. They're countywide. These are county, and hold on one second. Somebody's trying to throw spam. And what it is, it's a county, and you can go into your county. Say you live in Citrus County, you type in citruscounty.com. Okay, go to citruscounty.com into your county, and then type in like SBA loans, SBA approvals, COVID-19, because sometimes county is even giving more money away. Like I found out today in Tampa. I found out today that thank you, Emmanuel. But I found out in Tampa that you can go and get more loans just through your county. They have another $10 million that they're passing out to people in Tampa with local businesses. And you can get from $7,500 to $10,000, or depending, I think you can get more than that, but the lowest you can get is $7,500. But if you make more than $3 million up to $3 million in your business, you can even make more than that. So look inside your county. Like say whatever county you're in, whatever state you're in, like if you're in Virginia and whatever county you're in Virginia, look in that and look for COVID-19 PPP or SBA loans or programs. Mine was called the R3 program. But look for another program that might still be giving money out to and grants, forgivable too, in your county. So just to put that out there. Caesar, how do I contact them to change bank information? Here's what's going to happen. If your deposit can't go through, Caesar, they did it with me. My deposit couldn't go through. They were like, you need to change your routing information because something's wrong. We're not able to make the deposit. So I changed the routing number on my bank. Actually, it was the same routing number. I don't know what happened. But I gave them the same routing number. Just they reopened the portal for me, and I sent them the same routing number. And then they sent me the money. So it was kind of like they're not going to say, oh, well, you give us a wrong routing number, we're not going to give you the money. Once you sign that paper, they're going to find they need the right number to make sure it goes through. So, but I don't think a Cash App. A lot of Cash Apps don't work because they're not federally funded, and it's a way for people to get away with, like, the government won't get their money back if they put it into a Cash App, and the Cash App's not, insured by the feds. The lender is screwed, so they can't give you the money. But that's about that. And anything else does anybody want to say? I wonder if I could. Anybody else have anything out there they would like to say? Hold on a second, guys. There's something this were asking me. Okay. There we go. Yep. There we go. Okay, just had to get rid of somebody. Alrighty. Report to. Nothing. Okay. Anybody else have any questions they would like to add or subtract? Ernest, date business started and current date is blocking me. You're welcome, Chandel. It was a pleasure having you. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Give us an update, keep us posted, and let us know what comes up. We're all trying to feed off each other's information, and it's been working, so this is good. Ernest, date business started and current date is blocking me. You need to change the date. You need to have it before March 19th. Before March of 2019. If it wasn't before March 2019, it can't be approved. So what you need to do is you need to put the date as January, March, before 3/19 or prior. If you filed your taxes last year, you can put it anytime into 2019. You just use January, and you should be okay with that, Caesar. Anybody else? Had a good group tonight. This was fun, and we learned a lot. That's the key. I want to make sure people are learning here, taking something back, learning more than what we came here. I don't want to be just trying to provide read anything that the government can read or that the newspapers can read. We want information that's new to us, information that helps and promotes us and gets us to move further into this, into making money here. That's what the EIDL SBA things should be about. It should be about moving forward and making us money. And hopefully we were informative enough with everybody and give everybody a little bit vote of confidence and encouragement to hang in there. Okay, David, how long do I have to get a bank account once I've signed my documents? You can get a bank account whenever. Once you've signed your documents, here we go. Thanks, Ernest. And David, here you go. If you signed your documents, you have signed an agreement. You can't get out of it until you literally got to either repay them or send the money back to get out of it. But David, you can go to a bank tomorrow and get a routing number. But what's going to happen, David, is if your Cash App will not be accepted for deposit, they will let you know, and they will say, hey, David, we can't deposit money into this account. Then you can get back with them. Okay, I will open a bank account. I will send you proper routing information. Then go get a new bank, get a routing number, and put $5 in the bank to open up or $10, whatever it costs, to open up a thing at Bank of America or whatever, and get a routing number. Then you can do that. It's real simple. But the thing is, right now, banks, you got to call them. You can't just walk into any bank right now. You actually got to call them and make an appointment to get in. I went knocking on my bank the other day, and they wouldn't even let me in. They're like, oh, you got to come in. There's nobody here. An appointment only. It's really weird. But yeah, make an appointment with the bank. Go open a bank account. And this is also for anybody who wants to go out there and get the PPP loan. You need to go get the PPP loan. If you got the EIDL or trying for the EIDL, you're still eligible for the PPP. That's thousands of dollars more, and that's free money too. That's forgivable. But we'll talk about that. It's another program. The PPP loan, you should open a bank account with that, because you should have an account just for this money. You might not, but you should. It's easier just to keep track of it. So, all right, that was cool. Anybody else? All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for watching. It's been fun. We've been doing this for almost 40 minutes. So I guess I got everybody's answers, questions. I got emojis here. I didn't know I had emojis here. No, they won't mail you a check. That's not going to happen, David. They can't mail you a check. It's got to go into an account that they can pretty much freeze if you're not paying them back. So yeah, I know the check thing, but I don't know. No, they won't mail you a check if you don't give them an account that's FDIC approved. Sorry, I know, right? No problem, man. Thanks, Caesar. Yeah, Caesar, once you've e-signed, dude, you got it. You can sit back and, you might have to wait for it. You can plan on that. It's the government we're dealing with here. So you're going to have to wait for it. There's no telling how long. It shouldn't be more than, I wouldn't think it'd be that long. We see him, like we said, we've seen him here taking 2 weeks. I've taken a month. Then the other guy took 3 days. So, yeah, it's somewhere in between there, if that helps. But once you e-signed, you're stuck, man. You got to take that money. Congratulations. And congratulations to everybody here that is been approved and are waiting for their money. And hopefully they start picking up the pace. But, we got to cut them some slack. These are people that are trying to do their job as best as they can for all of us. So hang in there. God bless everybody, and God bless America. Stay safe. Bye.